storm's definitely rolling in. Looks like it's gonna be a rough one. You need a hand with anything out there?
Nah, I can take care of this. What are you gonna do? Good call. Not like we can get anything done until the storm blows through anyway. Well, I better get my shit together here before it lets loose on us. My guess is it's gonna last all night. Maybe longer.
Hey there, Emma. What's cracking? Everything all right? You seem kind of twitchy.
To be honest, I'm sorta wigging out a little. I've never been in a tropical storm before. I guess that sounds reasonable, but it's not just the storm. I just have this unnerving feeling, like something bad is about to happen. I can't explain it, like, there's the storm, but then, I don't know, this other feeling, like something isn't quite right. It's probably nothing. I'm sure I'll feel better once everyone's together in the rec room when it hits.
Howdy, Chuckles.
Howdy yourself. Looks like we're in for a bit of a colorful weather, huh? You stoked for the party tonight? What, the party? Or the storm? 'Cause either way we're all set here. I'd say go pick up some ice if the nearest landmass wasn't 30 nautical miles inland. I think we'll manage though. But yeah, this party's gonna be rad, man. Everyone I've talked to about this is pretty amped. Isabel seemed a little bummed, but I guess that's just because she'd rather spend the night with her sea snails. Hey, more alcohol for us, right?
Hey, man. How's it looking?
Oh, hey, Dean. Back from the dive already? Guess you heard we're in for some rain, huh? I mean, you know how it is, man. Animals act strange before a storm hits. My aunt used to have this parakeet that would chirp its head off all day long. Right before it rained, it would get real quiet and just kind of hunker down on its perch. Forecast says the main sail should be over us in about an hour or so. Guess we'll find out how built to last this place is.
Hey, Steve. What's a good word?
Not a whole lot. But no news is good news, right? Heck of a storm brewing out there, ain't it? nothing here for you to do. Most of the essential equipment is locked away for safety. There's some minor procedures here in the lab, but it's nothing we can't handle on our own. Thanks though, should be a pretty heavy storm. The radar was showing a lot of red. We'll be fine though. The Institute keeps our preparations pretty thoroughly stocked.
Isabel, everything cool?
I suppose. The storm is most inconvenient. The timing couldn't be worse. We were making excellent headway on the project, and now we have to put it all on hold to prep the facility before it hits. I've already got a mommy, Dean. I understand this might just feel like work to the rest of you, but I'm highly passionate about what I do. Furthermore, I find the research stimulating, which is more than I can say about that boorish Sean Anderson. Look, I don't mean to brush you off or anything, but I need to focus on getting some things in order. I'll speak to you later, okay?
Sup, jerk?
There you are. I was worried I wasn't going to meet my asshole quota for today. Have fun playing Aquaman this morning? Aw, what? Too much time underwater make you too sensitive to take a little joke. Man, I thought you were a little tougher than that. But no, just packed away and cleaned the last of the gear. Hey, by the way, you heard the crew is meeting up in the rec room for the storm, right? I'll be the one getting drunk off my ass, so come have a beer with me later, okay? Can't wait until the party starts. I'm gonna drink shots through a snorkel.
Hey, Sean, come here a sec.
Hey buddy, what's up? Did I hear any screaming? Of course I did, it's a party, man! Everyone's screaming! Look, I'm screaming! Ah! Hey, never mind all that. How about you kick back and relax, huh? And remember, we're getting paid for this.
Hello, Uma. How are you holding up?
What, because of the storm? I'm doing surprisingly well. Screaming? What, like someone was hurt or something? No, I can't say that I have. Might have been just the sound of the storm. It's awfully loud out there. But I gotta say, this has turned out pretty nice. Not often where working and having downtime are one and the same. I'm having a pretty good time.
Hey Tommy, can I bend your ear for a moment?
You want to talk? Sure. How you doing, man? I'm certain things will be fine. Things usually work out. You ever realize that? It's like people always worry about things, and the things they worry about almost never happen. Anywho, sure beats work, am I right?
Steve, you got a minute?
Oh, hey Dean. I was beginning to wonder if you were going to sleep right through the party. Say, you don't look very good. Are you sick or something? Almost. Isabel insisted on watching over the project over in the lab. As smart as she is, I wish she'd realize the rarity in this situation. We rarely get this kind of opportunity. Doesn't seem to be a microscope known to man to get her to see that. Look, why don't you try to enjoy the party? It's not every day the Institute signs our checks to kick back and relax.
Hey Rebecca, I have to ask you something.
Oh, hey, what's up? A scream? Honestly, it could have been me. I get a little rambunctious when I get tipsy. Family curse. Come on, what are you waiting for? Grab a drink and join the fun!
Hey, let me ask you something. You didn't happen to hear someone scream a bit earlier, did you?
Scream? Where did you hear a scream?
Well, I'm not entirely sure if it was a scream. I was asleep when I thought I heard it, but it kind of sounded like it came from towards the equipment storage.
Okay, listen close, man. I need to talk to you, but not here. Meet me in the security room. Don't tell anyone, and come alone. You got me?
Trevor, you're kind of freaking me out a little. What's wrong? What are you?
Shh. Not here. You walk out first and head over to the security room. I'll meet you there.
Okay, I'm here. Now what's this all about?
Okay, listen. This is gonna seem weird. Crazy even. But after what I saw, I really don't know how else to describe it.
Jesus, Trevor, man, you look like you saw a ghost. What happened?
I think I know, but I don't want to say it. Not until you've seen this first. Here, look. You see that monitor in there? Keep watching.
Where is this? Dive storage? Wait a minute, who is that? Good Lord, what the hell did we just see happen?
Somebody just got attacked by something. Who and by what isn't exactly clear, as you can see from the video feed. But whoever it was got back up and shook it off like it was nothing.
Yeah, then it looks like they changed clothes and just left. You don't think whoever it was is still in the rec room with the others, do you?
I don't think we can rule it out just yet. And just so I know we're on the same page, you agree that was what it looked like, right? I mean, we both just saw what looked like some kind of animal attack somebody, and then that somebody getting up and leaving like nothing happened, right?
I saw it, but I'm not sure I believe it.
That's gonna have to be good enough, I guess. Here, take this.
Wait, you're giving me your gun? Why?
Don't worry, I keep a spare and some ammo in the security locker. I need you to have this, because you're the only one I can be sure is human right now. I could tell when you asked about the screams you heard in the rec room earlier.
What do you mean, is human?
I mean, between what you witnessed and what we just saw on the security monitors, somebody out there isn't who they say they are.
You're telling me that someone in this facility isn't really a person?
I don't think whoever was attacked is even alive anymore, Dean. Whatever that fucking thing was is now running around, pretending to be human, and nobody but you and me have any idea.
Holy shit. What if there's more of these things? If that's what we're dealing with, then how are we supposed to know which one of us is really human?
I don't have an answer for that yet. For now, keep that gun on you and look around for clues. Probably start in dive storage. Maybe you can find something we missed in the video.
This is nuts, Trevor. How can we be sure about this? I mean, fuck me, what if we're wrong? We'd be talking about taking innocent lives here.
But what if we're right? You know we can't take that risk. Look, I need you on this one. Right now, it's you and me who got to protect the rest of our crew out there. We can't let word get around until we know for sure what we're dealing with. I'll head back to the rec room and cover for you. Find out whatever you can. And remember, not a word of this to anyone until we know who it was on that tape. Good luck.
Shredded and bloody wetsuit. Who did I see wearing a wetsuit with this pattern earlier? A shredded and bloody wetsuit. Who did I see wearing a wetsuit with this pattern earlier? Hey, you ready for this? I pull this trigger, one of two things is gonna happen.
Way I see it, we don't have much of a choice. Just be sure before you go popping off shots all over. Hey, you really think so? Maybe. Could have been acting a bit shifty, but I can't really say. It's possible. It's a tough call. I'm glad I'm not the one who makes it. Don't think I'd be able to make the game with your roll.
I'm only doing just what I love to do. Sex and dimes, rolling cool, which can fucking pop a bud and brew. Check it. I'm only doing just what I love to do. Sex and dimes, rolling cool, which can fucking pop a bud and brew. I'm only doing what I love to do. Not hurting nobody but my body with these twerking this boulder rubbing.
Say that went as well as could be expected.
You think? Man, they got a way up through the ceiling panels. Who knows where it could be right now? Shit, if bullets don't kill this thing, what the fuck kind of options does that leave us with? Okay, you got a point. I guess it's just a matter of finding it again, finishing the job. Tough SOB, I guess. Okay, look, forget all that for right now. We need to think of what our next move is. Maybe something in the lab could... Oh, fuck! Isabel's in the lab all by herself. She has no idea what just happened here.
Isabel, we need to talk.
This had better be an emergency.
We have a very serious problem. I don't know if you're willing to believe this, but a member of the crew was killed by some kind of creature. The creature then went on to disguise itself as human.
Son of a bitch! I knew it. I mean, I had a feeling. I figured it couldn't have gotten too far. Allow me to explain. You see, the project we've been focusing on recently, it started out with mollusks and sea snails, until we discovered what we thought initially was a completely new species. A small green slug with yellow spotted patterns along its sides. Nothing about it seemed particularly noteworthy until one day, we discovered its more fascinating attributes. Shapeshifting.
You gotta be shitting me right now.
No, I'm quite serious. We placed the specimen in a terrarium alongside other species. We were shocked to find as the amount of new species would seem to disappear, more of the more common species would proportionally be present. We found that...
No, not the fact that it can shapeshift. I mean, you can't possibly mean to tell me that thing that's out there picking off the crew is some aquatic slug. I've seen it on video, partially at least, and I can tell you it was no slug. This thing had legs.
That's what I was getting to. We found that not only could it mimic other species at a cellular level, but in ingesting other organisms, it seemed to rapidly evolve. In many cases, acquiring attributes derivative of its prey.
So you're saying this little sea slug can mimic its way up the food chain and become just like whatever it eats?
I'm saying it doesn't end there. Just because it consumes an organism doesn't mean it's restricted to just taking the same form and aping its skill set. The creatures have demonstrated the capability to reassign organic matter into completely different new tissue. If left to its own devices, we found that they could produce rudimentary venom sacs, crude wings have formed, acidic saliva glands, and even initial cranial telemetric systems. We've witnessed these things move things without touching them.
Oh, fuck me. Now you're telling me these things are telepathic?
No, I'm saying they could be if the conditions were met and the evolutionary demand was concentrated enough. Essentially, they're the perfect adaptive organic machines.
Oh my god.
Not God, Dean. Science.
Yeah? Well, one of your little science experiments is running amok and taking people's lives.
Relax. There are procedures in place for this kind of situation. The Institute can fly a containment squad out here by daybreak. The storm complicates things, but I'm sure they can manage for a high-level emergency like this.
Are you hearing me right now? At least one of these things is out there right now, killing people and posing in their skins as replacements. Right now, we have no way of telling who's really human.
Yes, we do. I can run a test that will prove definitively among us who is genuinely human, but I'm going to need samples of everyone's blood. Here, take these empty needles. Collect a sample from all the remaining crew members and bring them back to me. But hurry. If we wait too long, all the cells will have already assimilated and we will have missed our chance. If we examine everyone's blood quickly, we can spot the predatory cells still in the act of fusing with the host's native blood cells. That's how we'll find out who's really one of us.
Sounds risky. I'd have to get pretty close to someone to extract their blood. But if this will prove definitively the identity of the creature, then it's worth the risk.
Just don't get too close. The creature's awareness is greater as it jumps from host to host. It'll learn your behaviors and adapt to it. That's what it does. Be careful.
Whoa! Damn it! Don't sneak up on me like that.
Sorry, I wasn't trying to.
What are you doing out here in a storm like this?
Everyone in the rec room is scared to be around each other, so they all scattered to different buildings. I came out here to try and talk some sense into them.
Ugh, you shouldn't be doing that, Trev. It's really not a smart idea to be out on your own right now.
You out here by yourself, too. At least I think you are. You ain't got any creepy crawlers shawshanking their way through your guts telling you to kill me right now. Right?
My guess is that if I did, I wouldn't be so inclined to tell you about it, would I?
Nah, I'd guess you wouldn't, so I suppose there ain't much point in asking. Been a while since you ran off to check on Isabel. Anything you want to cop to?
Actually, there is something. There's a helicopter being dispatched to come pick us up. Real pros, G-men I guess, you know the type. Top-level operatives who know how to clean up a mess like this.
Finally, some good news. So now what? We just hang tight till they get here?
Not quite. We can't risk taking someone back with us who might be infected with the creature. Isabel's got a blood test she's putting together, but I need to get a sample from everyone on deck so we can make sure we're all clean.
And this test is guaranteed? No chance of a false positive, is there?
You'd have to ask Isabel about that. All I know is that if I don't get the samples under the microscope as quick as possible, the blood from the creature is going to be impossible to distinguish from the blood of any of us.
Oh, hell, man. Why didn't you say so in the first place? Hurry up and get the samples before we run out of time and have to go back to the spray and pray technique.
That's what I came up here to do. Head inside the lab and wait with Isabel. When I get back with the samples, we'll find out if anyone's not on the up and up. Then we just have to make it until the chopper gets here. Listen, there's a test we can do to find out which one of us is really the shapeshifter, but I need to collect a blood sample from everyone to do it.
Blood sample? You mean with a needle, right?
That gonna be a problem, Tom?
No problems, just... hell. I guess I don't have a choice on this one. If I don't participate, I guess it doesn't point a good indication my way, does it?
It really doesn't. But look, Isabel's calling in some high-level specialists who are flying out here right now. It'll all be over soon. Our only concern right now is making sure we single out the creature before they get here. Okay, Sean, here's the story. Since nobody knows which one of us is the monster, I'm going around taking blood samples. Isabel's got a test ready in the lab that can answer our little identity crisis. To that end, I'm gonna need a contribution.
My blood? Is the test gonna pick up any other things?
Relax, we're just looking for signs of the creature. Nobody's interested in what you do in your free time. I'm in kind of a rush, so would you mind?
Oh no, yeah, that's fine, that's okay. You know what? Why don't you let me handle this for you? I, kinda know my way around these things pretty well. Phew, there we are. Boy, that takes me back. Better days, I can tell you that much.
relax, Uma. It's me, Dean. I'm human. Listen, I need something from you. I need to take a sample of your blood so we can run it under the microscope and make sure you're really you.
Like a blood test? Like my vision? The ones about the microscope?
Yeah, just like that. I only need a little. Will you comply? Or are you going to make me take it from you?
I suppose you have every right to want to figure out who's the monster. Okay, make it quick. I suck at needles, but I'm willing to give in to whatever it takes to figure this out.
Thanks. We should know the results soon. I think it'd be best if you just stay here until we know for sure, for everyone's safety. Isabel's got a blood test that can tell us who's the creature and who's a human. There's also some kind of contingency squad flying in through the storm that's gonna wipe the place.
Thank God for all that, then. If they're sending in professionals, why the blood test?
I would think that would be obvious, Doctor. Squad or no squad, we're still bumping elbows with a homicidal shapeshifter, and I think we'd all breathe a little easier knowing who it was. Now hold out your arm, please.
Fair point. All right, then. Have at it. I hope Isabel's test can finally put the matter to rest. I've never seen everyone so on edge. Not that I really blame them. This really is a nightmare. If it's okay, I'd like to be alone again for a while. Somehow I just feel safer that way, considering the circumstances and all.
All right, Trev, your turn. Just need a little sample of your blood and we can all know for a fact what you and I already know.
Okay, man. Just make it quick. Let's be done with all this.
Okay, you're just gonna feel a little pinch here.
Man, I've gotten shots before. Just do it already.
There, see? No big deal. So, this test of yours, can we fully count on it? Is there any chance of an error? Tell me now or consider the blood on your hands.
So long as you get the samples under the microscope before every single invasive predatory cell has fully assimilated, you'll notice an obvious difference.
And it better be obvious. Don't think you're in the clear just yet, Professor. As far as I'm concerned, we all need to pass the test like our life depends on it. Because it does.
I'd expect nothing less. Here, you'll be needing a sample of my blood as well. All right, that should do it. Put it under the microscope and see for yourself. I'm human.
Isabel, what the hell happened to the microscope? How are we supposed to figure out the shapeshifter's identity now?
Calm down. There must be another way. The creature has a high tolerance for extreme temperatures. If you were to be able to manipulate the air conditioning units, maybe you could get the temperature low enough to trigger a reaction.
What kind of reaction? Would cold temperature force this thing to reveal itself?
I wouldn't say that. I was thinking maybe more along the lines of condensation. A human's breath becomes visible in low temperatures due to the air we exhale being warmed by our bodies. The creatures are cold-blooded, so
anybody whose breath I can't see in cold temperatures is probably the creature in disguise.
you can probably lower the temperature levels by using a screwdriver on the air conditioning units. I think Rebecca kept one in a toolbox in the dive equipment lockup.
finally dead? Looks like it. Wait a minute, I think I hear something outside. Could it be?
No news yet on just how widespread infection has become, but we have been told here at Channel 12 that attacks have spread rapidly.
Violence erupted across the downtown area tonight as people fleeing a coffee shop massacre were gunned down by military forces. Officials have claimed it was not known which of the individuals were actually human and which were creatures from another world.
Reports of massive fires across the city tonight as chaos continues to sweep the area. The entities now being referred to as creeps have overrun nearly every part of town, leaving survivors to wonder if this could be the dawning of the end of the human race as we know it.
Panic-fueled riots have overtaken several business districts in the area as the invasion continues. Suspicion is at an unprecedented level as townsfolk begin to fear their neighbors and loved ones of actually being one of the creatures.
Police aren't sure just how it began, but have been quoted as saying it is unlike anything they have ever encountered before.
Military forces were quickly overcome on the city's west side this evening as what has only been described as some kind of alien life form overtook the area, consuming those unlucky citizens in their path.
Mass evacuation attempts are being made as people flee the horde of unidentified creatures, infiltrating city homes and businesses, many being halted by military officials. The Pentagon has issued a tri-statewide quarantine in efforts to stop the spread of the epidemic, while rescue crews set up relief tents in designated hotspots along the perimeter of the infection zones.
I do it for the rhyme, I do it for the grind, I do it for the mind, I do it for the shine, I do it for my fam, living above, but most of all, I do it for the love, I do it for the rhyme, I do it for the grind, I do it for the mind, I do it for the shine, I do it for my fam, living above, but most of all, I do it for the love.